Will the warehouse manager from Washington. Dad, can you bring me the toy you promised you will buy for me from the warehouse? I can't bring it with me from the warehouse, son. We have to order it online, and it will ship from our warehouse. The company does not sell directly from the warehouse. I can't buy it for you from a local shop here. The only way is online. But the warehouse you work in is huge, Dad, and it has everything. It is a big warehouse, son, and it is not the only one. However, these warehouses are used to store and ship things, not to sell them directly to customers like a regular store would. Okay, Dad, we can order it online. What happens when we do that? When you order your toy on the company's website, it goes to our closest warehouse to us that has the toy you ordered. It could be the one I work at, or it could be in a different city or different state. One of the people who work in the warehouse will get your order, and they will go to the shelf where the toy is and pick it up. They will put it in a tote, and it will go with other toys and other things to a boxing stand, where it will be boxed, and a shipping label gets put on the box, and it ships to our home address. But Dad, how can people find my toy there? Everything is labeled with a barcode, son. The toy you ordered has its own unique barcode. Just like your thumbprint is unique to you, every product you see has a unique barcode. Do you mean these numbers and lines on the toy's box, Dad? Exactly, son. These numbers and lines really mean nothing to me and you, but machines can read them and know exactly what that barcode is for. These barcodes are simple. They are made up of two parts. The first part tells who the manufacturer or maker of the toy is, and the second is for the toy model itself. Everything we buy has these codes. So, the people who pick things from the shelf in the warehouse will not make a mistake and pick something else, Dad? It might happen, son, however it is rare, because machines control almost everything, and they tell people what to pick from which shelf. Although we have millions of things to sell and ship, they are all unique in that they have a code that tells who the maker is and what the model or item is. Your company is big, Dad. Does it make all these things? No, son. It makes very few things, but most of what we sell is made by other companies. We just help them sell. Do you pick up the things that people buy online, Dad? No, son. I am the warehouse manager. I take care of almost everything there. We have over 1,000 people working in the warehouse. Some do just what you said, pick toys, books, shoes, and anything else customers buy from our website. Someone else will pack each product, then it gets shipped out and delivered by delivery trucks and vans. Some people maintain the warehouse, so it stays clean. Others work on receiving the toys and the books and everything else we sell and put them on the shelves. It is a very busy place, just like a beehive. Each person working there knows what to do. So as a manager, I make sure things we sell are coming in, put on shelves, then picked up and shipped when they are sold. Sounds like a robotic work, Dad. Funny you said that, son. We have robots working for us in the warehouse. Some of our systems are automated. We have hundreds of millions of customers. If every one of them decides to give us a call because they have a question or concern, we have to have millions of people answering the phones or emails, which does not make sense. So, part of what we do is make sure our customers are happy. When they have a question or a problem with a product, like a toy or a shirt, we help them resolve the problem using our automated system. If many things are automated, Dad, why does the company need to hire people? Because as smart as our robots and systems are, people are still needed there. We have new things to sell every day. These things are different in size, shape, weight, color, and many other features. We must decide where to put them and how to handle them. Also, since people are working in the warehouse, some might get injured, so we must take care of them. Some might fall ill during work or call in sick before coming to work, so I have to make sure someone else can cover for them. People are not robots, son. They need leadership, motivation, training, and a sense of belonging. We divide our workers in the warehouse into small teams, and we have a team leader who connects with each member of their team to make sure everything is working fine. I didn't know you had teams, Dad. We do, son. Each team does something different, or sometimes similar to other teams. We have pick teams, boxing teams, shipping teams, stocking teams, and management teams. Many companies do the same, not only us, son. We are like different body parts. Our bodies have arms, hands, legs, head, ears, eyes, and other parts. Each part does something different. However, all of them work as a team so we can go around, play, sing, work, eat, and do many other things. Our head coordinates all that, and I am the head person in our warehouse. Do bad things happen at the warehouse, Dad? They do, son. We sell all kinds of things, including liquids. Some are well packaged and have no problem getting handled by our teams. Others are not packaged very well, and they spill on the floor. Some products might have a bad smell, or could be slippery, or even dangerous to breathe, so we must clean the floor and make sure the area is well ventilated. Some things can catch fire, so we must make sure they are stored safely. While I enjoy being the warehouse manager, it is stressful sometimes when many bad things happen at the same time. There is a saying, son, when it rains it pours. You mean the roof leaks, Dad? Ha. Luckily the warehouse is well built, and no, the roof does not leak, son. However, what I meant is that sometimes on some days many bad things happen at the same time or during the same day. One day, we had 3 people absent from the picking team. We called in temporary workers, who were not careful enough, and bumped the forklift on one of the shelves. The shelves had big oil jars that were not well wrapped, so they fell on the ground and broke. The floor became slippery, 2 workers slipped, and one broke her arm. We had to rush her to the hospital. It was a stormy day outside, and the company car got into an accident. The driver who was taking the worker to the hospital was also injured in the accident. So, an ambulance was called to take both to the hospital. Meanwhile, back in the warehouse, someone reported they were smelling a strong bad smell, so we had to investigate, and we ended up evacuating part of the warehouse. Turned out a skunk snuck in, got startled and sprayed its unpleasant scent around. The smell was too strong for many. That delayed our work for at least 3 hours while we ventilated, cleaned up, and got help from animal control. Wow, that was really bad, Dad. Yeah, son, but we made it through that day. Some days are uneventful at all, just things coming in and out of the warehouse like clockwork. Will learned a lot from his dad about what goes on in a warehouse. That night, he had a dream. He woke his dad up the next morning to tell him what he saw. Dad, good morning. I had a dream last night. Good morning, son. What was the dream about? I was a warehouse manager, Dad. I was working there with many robots. Not many people were around. The robots looked human, carried things around, didn't care for light because they had sensors that detected the products, so they didn't need to see things like we do. They worked non-stop because they charged wirelessly. If one breaks down, another replaces it in minutes, and the broken one goes to the shop to get fixed. That is a strange dream, son. So you were in a robot jungle, I guess. It felt like it, Dad. Work was easy. I barely did anything, just watching things run, like watching water boil. It was mesmerizing. I hope you become a warehouse manager one day, son. I hope so too, Dad. Can't wait.